Okay, so today we're going to continue with Titus rules, okay? I'd like you to read chapters 4 and 5 today. If you'd like to pause me now while you read them and then come back when you're ready for the questions. So, you've got quite a few questions today, but a lot of them are quick fire recall questions, alright? So, can you name the 4 places the Queen stayed? Why did Queen Elizabeth allow Titus to visit the drawing room at an earlier age than the other puppies? Why did Prince Philip prefer terriers to corgis? When is the Queen at her happiest? What do you think the word scarcely means? Have a look on page 45, you might get some clues there. What are the Queen's 3 sons called, and which one is the Prince of Wales? And what is the Queen's favourite lunch? Pause me now, guys, while you have a go at those, and then come back when you're ready. Okay, your answers are there for you. So the Queen stayed at Buckingham Palace, Windsor Castle, Sandringham, and Balmoral in Scotland. So Titus was allowed to visit the drawing room at an earlier age because he was the only surviving puppy from Prissy's last litter. Prince Philip prefers terriers to corgis because they get out of the way, whereas corgis trip him over. And the Queen is at her happiest when she's with her dogs, especially with Titus. Scarcely means only just or a short amount of time. The Queen's 3 sons are Andrew, Edward, and Charles, and the Prince of Wales is Charles. And then the Queen's favourite lunch is Marmite sandwiches and cold rice pudding with strawberry jam. Okay, hopefully you've all found those okay, and I look forward to continuing reading with you tomorrow.
Good morning, Class 3 and Class 4. We're on Wednesday the 8th of July, and for your writing today, we're going to be planning an advert that's going to be written by the Queen. So today, you are all the Queen. Okay, so pause now so you can get that written down. Good morning, Class 3 and Class 4. So firstly, what I want you to have a think about is what makes Titus the Queen's favourite. What is it she loves about him? And if she was to have another corgi, what would she want them to be like or be able to do? So if you think about an advert, if somebody wants to hire somebody, or if someone is looking for someone or something, or a person in particular who has a certain set of skills, they might write an advert that goes perhaps in a newspaper or goes up in a shop window, looking for people to come and do a certain job. So think about what the Queen wants her corgis to be able to do. Think about what she loves about Titus so much and why she likes Titus, why Titus is great. Okay? Tomorrow we're going to be writing an advert from the Queen explaining what she's looking for in a corgi. But today we are just going to plan what to write. Okay, so we're not doing the final thing today, we are just planning it. Okay, so your task today then is you're going to plan what you're going to include in your advert. So think about what qualities and skills are you looking for in a corgi. Remember, you're the Queen. What do you want them to do? And what will they need to do if they come and live with you in Windsor Castle? So in your book, write a list of what you want to include in your advert, what you are going to be looking for in your corgis, because remember, you are the Queen. So it's just your plan today, so just write a list of those things that you know you need to include in your advert. Okay guys, and I will see you tomorrow where I will show you some examples of adverts ready for you to write your own.
Good morning guys, we are going to continue exploring hundreds, tens and ones or units today, so you will be just deepening your understanding from yesterday. Okay, so let's just go through these again. So we're going to recap on these each day before your activity just to really familiarise yourself with these different representations. So we'll just whiz through these then. What are the numbers that are being represented in these 3 representations here? So the top, that's just a reminder of the hundreds, tens and units. But on these 3 squares underneath the line, what numbers are being represented? Have a little go in your book if you like, and press pause. And when you're ready, press play and I'll go through them with you. Okay, so in this first one here, we've got 100. We've got 10, 20, so we've got 2 tens. and then we've got 1, 2, 3 units. So the total is 123. But remember, that's 100, that's 20 there, and that's 3 units there. But when it goes back, when it's all together to make one whole number, it's 123. So remember, your digits represent how many hundreds, tens, and units. So for the second one then, think about our hundreds, tens, and units. I can see 2 hundreds, can see 1, 2, 3, 4 tens, and I can see 2 units. So the whole number is 242. So that's 200 there, that's 40 there, and that's 2 units there. Okay, and we just add them together. It's easy when we're adding our hundreds and our tens together, because if they're just multiples of 100, they haven't got any tens or units to add to, so they don't change. So that's brilliant. And then the last one here, I've got 4 hundreds, 1 10, and 3 units. So our number is 413. Okay, so your exercise for today then, you've got 8 questions, and it's got less pictorial representations than yesterday's one, because now you're really thinking carefully and applying those skills. So there's a couple to begin with over number 1 and number 2. Obviously it says make each number using base 10. You won't have those at home probably, so just draw them for me. Number 3, write each number in numerals. So you've got to read what those numbers say and write them as a number with number digits. So do read them carefully and check how you're writing those numbers. Number 4 is asking you to complete the sentences. So 348 is equal to 3 hundreds, how many tens and how many ones. And then number 5 over here, you're completing these number sentences. So you're partitioning those, the number that it gives you to begin with, and you're telling me the numbers that go together to make that whole amount. Okay. Number 6, I love these questions. What is the value of the 3 in each number? So look at these 4 different numbers, look at the digit 3, and tell me what the value of that 3 is. 3 what? 3 hundreds, 3 tens, or 3 units? Okay, so pause now while you have a go at those, and then the answers will be set out for you on the next page. Have fun. Okay, here are your answers then, guys. Again, they're set out slightly differently, but it should still be super easy for you to follow. Okay, right, well done for today. I will see you tomorrow.